on, Alpha de Jesus. And following is senior from the Bronx, number 3, Marta Rattici. And center, a 6'1" senior from Brooklyn, number 4, Molly Craig. Head coach of the Bearcats is for Susan Melody, and the assistant coach, Martin Barrett II. Now tonight's start is the Baruch College Bearcats. At guard, a 5'9" sophomore from Bridgehampton, New York, number 1, Nia Dawson. At guard, a 5'3" junior from High Plains, New York, number 3, Francis Snyder. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore from the Bronx, number 12, Al Ritchie. At guard, a 5'6" junior from Staten Island, number 25, Melinda Sarnu. At fourth, a 5'6" sophomore from Long Beach, New York, number 40, Kingsley Rivera. Head coach of the Bearcats, his second year, Michael Petrosis, and the assistant coaches, Olivia Moller and Kristen Amos.
Good evening, New York, and welcome to a broadcast of Baruch College Basketball here on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Athletics. Alongside Brian Flannery, I'm David Just, and Brian, talk about this Baruch women's Bearcat team. You know, we had a lot of great expectations kind of at the tail end of this season. They really have picked up right where they left off, currently 3-0, and coming in here tonight against an 0-1 SUNY Purchase team that lost big against Cortland last week.
Absolutely. Really speaking towards how young that team was last year, David. Arguably one of the youngest in college basketball when you're talking being led by a sophomore. So exactly what we really hope that they do is come off to a great start like this, 3-0, and hope to continue it tonight.
And we talked about Coach Kozos really having to rebuild this team. I mean, a 2-year rebuild project is quite impressive. You're talking about 4 players right now in double digits in scoring, and two ladies on this team, Melinda Spayu and, excuse me, Daniela Zarpolo, have double-doubles this season so far.
Absolutely. Really, just like we said, a really quick turnaround out of this team. You couldn't ask for more than a group than what we've seen thus far here in 2019.
And SUNY Purchase really trying to rebound against their loss. They played against SUNY Cortland last week, losing by 32 points, so they probably have a bit of a point to prove, as that was their first game of the season against a formidable Baruch Bearcats team that's probably coming in as favorites. So, you know, they don't really have that expectation to come here and get the W, especially so far from home.
Of course, and Cortland's always a tough team to play against, regardless of what sport. Really a thorough program up there, so they're probably just going to hope to execute their game plan to how they want it, and especially against this Baruch defense.
So we are moments away from tip-off. SUNY Purchase going to be wearing their blue jerseys, going right to left here in the first quarter. Baruch in their home whites, light blue trim. We are moments away from the second home game of the season here at the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College.
David, also worth noting, number 1, Nia Dawson, transferring in from Division II Adelphi University. She's been a big presence for the Bearcats thus far.
Currently averaging 21 points per game. The Bearcats' leading scorer on only 33 minutes, so very impressive stat line, shooting 47% from the field here in the early part of the season.
No doubt a difference maker.
On the other side, Arta Krasniqi leading the way with 12 and 6 in the first game, so definitely someone they want to watch out for. Number 3. And we are underway here at the Arc Arena. Purchase wins the tip, and they're going to push it quickly ahead. And it was, as we were speaking about her, Krasniqi right underneath and able to finish with the right hand. Quick start there, Brian, for the SUNY Purchase. Right off the tip, playing it into the front court as Dawson has it now right wing.
Yeah, their speed and their energy is way up here. Start the game, David.
And it'll be number 3, Frances Schneider with the ball. She'll go into the paint, kick it out to Michi. Michi thinks about the shot, puts it on the floor, goes left, takes the pick from Rivera. Ooh, almost moves the pivot foot, keeps it in Mo, though. Nia Dawson has, Schneider, right wing 3. Offside rim, no good. Ball's loose. Dawson trying to save and is able to. It's going to be a fresh 20 for the Bearcats. Bounce pass out to Schneider. Ball quickly moved around the perimeter. Dawson thinks about the shot instead of driving to the rim. She's fouled on the shot and will go to the line for 2. And quick ball movement by Baruch.
See what the call is there. Oh, they're going to call it travel on Dawson.
Off too many steps. My apologies, and it'll go back to SUNY Purchase. So nice ball movement there by the Bearcats. Unable to finish. Hustle play there by Dawson, who ultimately ends up causing the turnover.
Yeah, both sides really executing quick game plans thus far, David.
DJ Peoples, wild shot in the paint. Schneider comes away with it, and Baruch are going to push. Alpha de Jesus on her. Snyder takes the pick from Rivera, goes around it, left into the lane, high floater. short. Peoples hits the deck, and it'll be Purchase in transition. With Plowden able to finish on the breakaway with Dawson and Rivera in pursuit. And Baruch's transition D not looking too strong here in the opening 2 minutes.
SUNY Purchase takes that quick 4-0 lead.
Now Spayu in the paint. Nice move. She's blocked by Krasniki, but will go to the line to shoot 2.
Again, David, you really see that pace of play picking up right off the tip-off. So see how long both sides can keep that up.
And what I found interesting, at least in the first couple possessions, is that SUNY Purchase, even their play that they ran off the tip, is really trying to push the tempo. Baruch on their first offensive possession tried to hold the ball, move it around, so you could see the conflicting styles of play, and we'll see who can control the pace.
Exactly.
And it'll be Spayu at the line. Only shooting 41% from the free throw line as she knocks down the first, and Baruch is on the board 1.5 minutes here into the ball game.
Yeah, Spayu took the CUNYAC Player of the Week honors in Week 1 for the Bearcats as she misses her second attempt.
Definitely something for Melinda to build off of, as Peoples will bring the ball up for the SUNY Purchase. Peoples and Snyder hit the deck. Ball's loose. Dawson comes to help, but it'll be pushed out to DeJesus. DeJesus now right wing. Valmichi on her for the Bearcats. DeJesus into the left corner. Krasniqi. 3-ball around and out. No good. Good box out by Rivera, and she's able to come away with the basketball. Rivera hits the deck, and they're going to call a foul.
That's what I call there, David.
Foul's going to be on number 4, Amani Graham.
Hate to see a jump ball call in that situation, but good job by Rivera. Real hustle play, keeping it up and fighting.
A nice box out. Way to use her hips to create the space and corral the rebound as Spayu brings it into the front court for the Bearcats.
Absolutely. Spayu's going to take it up here.
Looking for Dawson in the post. That Spayu will drive, kicks it out to Snyder. A couple crossovers, has Peoples on her. Now DeJesus on Dawson. Dawson, nice crossover move. Pick there by Spayu, looking for options. Handoff to Schneider. And Baruch just trying to get a little inside-outside game. Instead, Dawson will shoot the 3 off right rim. No good. It's DeJesus on the rebound. And SUNY Purchase wants to push. Bounce pass inside. Nice play there by Krasniqi to find Shaddai Plowden. And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Michael Kotrazos. 2.5 minutes into the game, Brian. And definitely, if you're Coach Kotrazos, you're not liking what you're seeing probably in that transition defense. SUNY Purchase getting all their buckets so far on the transition.
Yeah, they're really finding the holes in the Bearcats defense, especially on transition there. So they got to make the necessary adjustments to kind of combat that SUNY Purchase offense. And if they can do so, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, and SUNY Purchase has probably found their game plan here early, and I think Coach Kotrazos probably sees that as well. Push the ball, get them in transition, and don't really let Baruch set up on the defensive end. We really haven't seen what Baruch can do in their half-court defense.
Absolutely, and even speaking offensively about the Bearcats, they haven't had too many great looks. A lot of them have been kind of corner shots with the shot clock winding down. So definitely looking to get better attempts as well.
And that's a credit to Coach Eddie of SUNY Purchase running out that game plan tonight. We'll see if it can hold over the course of 4 quarters, as now Valmichi has on the left side, brings it up top, and it's going to be a handoff to Nia Dawson. Crossover move, has DeJesus on her. Nia Dawson into the lane, gives it off to Rivera. Rivera baseline jumper, knocks it down. Nice find there by Dawson as Rivera gets her first bucket of the evening. 3 minutes gone here in the first. It's going to be Jules Martinez now in the game with the ball. Now Krasniqi has it in the paint, back to Martinez. Looking for options. It'll be Plowden. Back to Krasniqi. Swings it around to Martinez up top. Thinking about the shot. No, instead goes inside to Krasniqi. Nice pick and roll offense there by the Panthers.
And you saw the defensive mismatch as coming off the pick, everyone had to switch, and they found the open cutter down in the lane there. As here's Dawson's shot. Rims out. Valmichi grabs the offensive rebound.
And I also want to your point there about the pick and roll, I want to see how Baruch's able to handle that size. You're talking about Amani Graham, 6'1", Krasniqi, 6 foot even, and the biggest player right now is Nia Dawson as a guard.
And speaking of that, Spayu just got blocked by SUNY Purchase. Again, speaking towards that height mismatch, we saw a lot of that last year. We were able to combat a lot of that with some defensive shifts and help defense, but it's definitely been a factor here early on, David.
And I think that's where Baruch, to your point, that's where Baruch is having the most problems. And when you have Spayu, who probably will cover a 2 or 3 rather than be inside that paint,
absolutely,
it's going to be a bit of a mismatch. Ideally, if you could slow them down and put some bodies on the transition, we'll see if Baruch can can do that here late in the first or midway through the first. Krasniqi shot's no good. Nice save there. I think that was saved by number 0, DJ Peoples, and it's going to stay with Baruch. Nice play there. It looked like she went around Snyder to keep that ball in bounds.
Real good hustle play there by SUNY Purchase.
And it's Daniela Zerpolo coming into the game, her first minutes of the evening, as Caitlin Rivera takes the seat. Purchase able to get it in the corner. Nice move there by Plowden, who's fouled as she went up for it. Ball came off front rim, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Again, everything seems to be going right for Purchase right now, David.
And Plowden off front rim on the first, so a nice home rim bounce for the Bearcats. And rattles around the second, so it'll be a 9-3 score. 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter as Snyder walks it over the timeline for the Bearcats. Covered there by Peoples. Snyder looking for options, gives it inside to Dawson. Dawson left side, elbow shot no good, gets her own rebound. A little short on the 8-footer. And it'll be Krasniqi who comes away with it. Bounce pass up to Plowden. Crossover move, Krasniqi thinks about the shot, gives it inside to Martinez. Wild shot off rim, no good. It's going to go off Martinez last, then it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Again, seeing a lot of those attempts in transition, David, trying to catch the Bearcats out of position.
And
that seems to be the game plan.
And you saw Krasniqi get the ball up top, and I wonder if that shot before that she airballed from the left side of the wing made her double think that 3 opportunity because she did have space.
Absolutely.
It'll be Snyder, bounce pass into Dawson, and we're seeing a lot of what Baruch I think did last year as well with this team. It's really Dawson occupying that position rather than Spayu, is get someone inside the middle of the heart of the paint and work that inside-outside game. And if you have that one-on-one matchup, I'm going to like Dawson, Eve, or Spayu in that spot.
Absolutely.
Most times.
That's when they can really kind of use their athleticism, create some separation, and put up some good shots.
So it'll be Baruch's ball underneath, Spayu to inbound. Gives it off to Snyder in the corner. Takes the pick from Zerpolo up top. Valmichi around to Dawson. Dawson's going to pull. Off rim. It'll be DeJesus who comes away with it, and Peoples going to bring the ball up. Looking up top to Krasniqi over Spayu. And the floater's no good, but Krasniqi's able to get it back and finish. And you're seeing the size of Krasniqi really hurt the Bearcats. Even on that forward pass, went over Snyder, and Krasniqi was able to corral the pass.
Yeah, anytime you're letting up that many offensive rebounds in possession, David, it's not going to bode well.
So Zerpolo on the crossover into the paint. Nice hop step and able to finish. Nice move there by, number 25, Melinda Spayu. Nice little hop step there into the paint, able to create some space. And that'll be Martinez over the front court for SUNY Purchase. Now DeJesus right wing, looking for options. Inside to Krasniqi. Krasniqi turn jumper, no good, but it'll be Plowden who comes away with the rebound. Plowden inside, can't finish with the right hand, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2 more.
And we're going to have some subs here as Millie Yee checks in for Dawson. And for SUNY Purchase, let's see here, Jasmine Hernandez checks in, as well as
Amani Graham back into the game. So once again, now you're having Krasniqi and Amani. Oh, actually, Krasniqi came to the bench, so you just replace size with size. You bring Amani Graham into it on top of already having Plowden at 5'9", so you definitely have some size in the interior for the SUNY Purchase.
Yeah, they definitely have some depth as far as their 4-5 position.
And Plowden rattles home the first, extending the lead to 7. And ball off front rim. Zerpolo comes away with the rebound, and Baruch once again looking to push. Bounce pass over to Millie Yee. Underneath, I think it went off Valmichi last. No, they're going to say it went off SUNY Purchase last, and it'll stay with the Bearcats underneath.
A good job of the Bearcats really getting down the court. Maybe one pass too many there, but nonetheless, they retain possession as Spayu's set to inbound.
Looking for options, gives it underneath to Millie Yee, and it's going to be a 5 seconds on Baruch, and just a lot of sloppy, self-inflicted errors here by the Bearcats.
Yeah, really want to limit those self-inflicted errors like we were speaking about earlier, David. Martinez take it up for the Panthers.
Looking for options here in the front court as Peoples has it now, and it's over to Plowden. And the foul there is going to be on, I think it's going to be on 12, Valmichi. And that's going to be Baruch's 4th team foul, so 1 away from the bonus are the Panthers of Purchase. Martinez will inbound it on the far side. Bounce into Plowden, takes the pick there from Graham into the paint, outside to Jasmine Hernandez. Hernandez, wild shot in the paint, no good. Rebounded there by Graham. Fights for it, now it's Hernandez again, no good, and the rebound there will be by Zerpolo for the Bearcats. And Baruch again looking to push up to Valmichi, loses it. And the ball goes off Plowden as she hits the deck trying to recover that loose ball. Nice hustle there by the 5'9" sophomore out of Yonkers, New York.
A really good pass there by Zerpolo. Almost caught Baruch not ready for it. It was a little bit no look in transition, but Bearcats hold on to their possession, and Zerpolo is set to inbound. She finds Millie Yee.
And Alyssa Aurora has come in for Purchase as after that dive by Plowden, it looks like she went to the bench lipping a little bit. It's Snyder for the right corner 3. That's way off. And it'll be Peoples to push. And you can hear the coaching staff of Purchase really want to up the tempo here. Nice steal there by Spyu, averaging 4.3 steals on the season per game. As she's going to go coast to coast, she's fouled, hits the deck. Shot won't go, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. A nice hustle play there by Melinda Spyu.
Yeah, that's a huge part of her game, David, is defensively, you're talking about those steals, and then just take it yourself the whole way into contact, not afraid to draw contact. It's really good quality in a player.
The foul there is going to be number 5, Jules Martinez. That's her first. And Spyu knocks down the first. Definitely an area where Baruch really has to get to tonight is that free throw line, especially already trailing here in the first quarter. Way to easily claw yourself back in is getting to the line, creating some contact in the lane, as we saw Spyu do on the last play.
Absolutely.
Spyu off on the second, though, and Hernandez comes away with it. And Martinez will bring the ball up into the front court. Martinez looking for options. Aurora, who just came into the game. And that's going to be an offensive foul. The foul is going to be on number 4, Amani Graham underneath, and it'll give the ball back to the Bearcats. And trailing by 6 here, coming in on 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Frances Snyder brings it up left wing, looking for options. Bounce pass inside, looking for Spyu, and they're going to say the foul was underneath, away from the ball. Foul's going to be number 20, Alyssa Aurora.
They're going to call a push there. Spyu's going right back to the line.
So the Bearcats now in the bonus, and as well as SUNY Purchase, 1 foul away from being in the bonus. Spyu knocks down the first. And able to knock down the second as well. And as Krasniqi comes back into the game, checking out the game is number 4, Amani Graham, who just picked up the last foul. It'll be Martinez to walk it up for SUNY Purchase. And we've seen this pretty much 2 point guard lineup here with Peoples and Martinez. So multiple ball handlers on the court as now they brought some size back with Krasniqi. Hernandez underneath looking for it, comes out for the screen. Krasniqi goes around it to the right. It's going to be an offensive foul on Hernandez as it's a moving screen.
Yeah, David, it's pretty unorthodox in the sense if you have 2 ones, essentially, you're going to let like a 4-5 kind of handle the ball there for an extended period of time. It's a different approach, and maybe not something we're used to seeing, so we might have to adjust to that. And
it's also difficult on the pick and roll because if you switch, you have to make sure you catch up to the roll into the lane. Nice bucket there.
That's Melinda Spyu converting.
And if you don't switch, then you have to be able to D up on the post or close out on the shooter. So it's, a lot of different options, and it's definitely, like you said, an unorthodox look as Jewel Martinez takes too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. They trailed now by 2. Checking back into the game is number 14, Shaddai Plowden.
Bearcats really doing a good job of creating some momentum here, David, capitalizing off SUNY Purchase's mistakes and really getting back in this ballgame.
And to your point of before about the pick and roll as well, it's also very impressive when you have a 6-foot center or power forward really able to have handles like that.
Absolutely.
Didn't work out that time, but not to the fault of Krasniqi. Now Yee has it into the paint. Looking for options. It's going to be Valmichi in the corner. She drives. Back up to Yee. Ball swung around, tipped, and it's going to go off Plowden last. And it looks like Plowden may have rolled her ankle on that one. She came up limping a little bit. And you can see as she comes back across the court from near to far to near side. 3 ball there by Zapolo. Knocks it down. Big shot there by Daniela Zapolo. Correction, they're going to call that a 2. And it's going to tie all this up at 12 with 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Baruch 12, SUNY Purchase 12.
Real credit to the Bearcats here for coming back, not getting discouraged, and really fighting their way at that Purchase lead. And now we got a tie ball game here as they're looking to take the lead.
Zapolo pull-up jumper around and out, no good. And Aurora comes away with the rebound, and it'll be Hernandez into the front court. Excuse me, Krasniqi into the front court for the Panthers. Gives it off to Peoples. Now to Plowden. Plowden takes Krasniqi pick right. Plowden pull-up jumper, top of the key. Nice shot by Plowden, but she's able to knock it down. Not a high percentage shot there, Brian, but she's able to hit the bottom of the net.
Yeah, those are the shots you almost want your opponent to take because they're not high percentage. Francis Snyder looking for the up and under, and Purchase fouled her.
It's going to be number 20, Alyssa Aurora, on the arm. And they'll let De Jesus check back in for the Panthers. Krasniqi and Plowden have all 14 points for the Panthers as Francis Snyder knocks down the first. And we were mentioning about Plowden's shot. That's almost the shot in the modern-day game that you want other teams to take, to your point. It's low percentage, and if you're going to take a low percentage shot, you might as well take it back a 2 steps and shoot the 3.
Absolutely. And Snyder converts on our second. We got a tie ball game again.
So Peoples will bring it into the front court and run Coach Varel Eddy's offense here for the Panthers. Now has Plowden left wing. Takes the pick from Krasniqi, goes right into the paint. Plowden slips. And they're going to call a foul here on the Bearcats, and that will send Sade Plowden to the line as the Panthers are in the bonus. The foul here is going to be on number 15, Daniela Zapolo. That's going to be her first. With a little bit under a minute left, Purchase have an opportunity to retake the lead at the line. Off on the first.
Hey, Sade, get your hand in the cookie jar. Get that cook.
And it's Plowden knocking down the second, so she has 9 points here in the first quarter.
Under a minute left here in the first.
Daniela Zapolo gives it off to Michi. Corner 3, no good. Rebounded there by Plowden, and it's going to be a timeout for Coach Varel Eddy and the Panthers to talk stuff over. Up by 1 with 47.5 left. And if you're Coach Rizos, I think you have a good understanding of what you need to do moving forward, and the 2 players right now you need to stop.
Absolutely. The Bearcats really did a good job of making the adjustments, getting themselves back in this game. At the end of the first, if we were going to say we were down by a point, that's a good place to be considering some of the leads that SUNY Purchase had early on. So good adjustments there by the Bearcats. You kind of know who to cue in on defensively for SUNY Purchase. So this is going to be a good game.
And it's been the bigs. It's been Plowden and it's been Krasniqi who have really hurt the Bearcats inside. You're talking about Krasniqi, 3 of 5 from the field, 6 points, and then Plowden's 3 of 3 from the field, including 3 of 6 on top of 3 and 6 from the free throw line for 9 points. So definitely those 2. I mean, they have all 15 of the points for Purchase. Those are the 2 that Coach Rizos is really going to have to draw something up to stop because
definitely
that's the defensive game plan right now.
They're really controlling this game.
So it'll be Peoples to bring the ball up for SUNY Purchase. Plowden left wing gets the pick there from Krasniqi. De Jesus into the lane. That shot's not going to count as there was a foul outside, but it'll send De Jesus to the line with 36.1 remaining.
Two shots here for De Jesus. Knocks down the first.
Hey, take a knee. Stop out too. You're going to get Arda, okay?
And it's going to go back to Baruch there. I think it's going to be a lane violation on SUNY Purchase. Jules Martinez back into the game for the Panthers. 35.9 remaining. It'll be Frances Snyder to walk it across the timeline here for the Bearcats. She has Peoples on her. It looks like SUNY Purchase has almost switched into a 2-3 here defensively. Well, maybe not, as they switch here on the baseline. Going to be DeJesus now on Spyu, coming in on 9 seconds remaining here on the shot clock. Takes the pick from Schneider. Crossover move, looking for options. Finds Valmichi in the corner for Yee. Yee's pull-up jumper, knocks it down. Nice shot by Millie Yee. 5 seconds remaining here in the first. Have to get the inbound in. Right over to Hernandez, up to Martinez. Martinez, full court heave is no good. And after one, Baruch down big, able to make the comeback. We're all tied here at 16 here at the Arc Arena. You're watching Baruch Bearcats basketball on YouTube channel. Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game, change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
Welcome back to Baruch Bearcats basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. After one, SUNY Purchase 16, Baruch 16. And Brian, we've been talking about it throughout the first quarter. The size has really been an enemy of the Bearcats here.
Yeah, of course. And the Bearcats, naturally, they don't have the tallest team in Division III basketball, but nonetheless, we make the necessary adjustments to kind of counteract some of that. And we like to put a lot of athleticism down in the backcourt. So we see a lot of that.
I'm really interested, actually, to see what Coach Kotrezos' plan is to combat the size of Krasniki, 6 foot, and Almani Graham, 6'1". On top of that, Plowden's been a force here in the first with 9 points. So
definitely, it's going to be interesting to see as this game rolls on, really how they try to counteract that like two offensive person attack.
From the other point of view, though, I like how in the second half of that first quarter, how, to your point earlier, Baruch's offense has really come alive. As I say that, of course, ball on the ground on probably a turnover. It's going to go back to SUNY Purchase as they have the possession arrow. But definitely creating some space, hitting open shots, and a couple threes there as well.
Exactly. So really good to see, despite trailing really early. It's hard to create some of that momentum when you go down that early. So really credit to the Bearcats women's basketball team here, as SUNY Purchase nearly turns that ball over, and they do. So actually, she's going to step out of bounds there.
Right in front of the referee as well as the Baruch bench. So it'll go back to the Bearcats. Valmichi's coming to the bench as number 40, Caitlin Rivera, checks back into the game. And Spyu now takes the pick from Rivera. Goes right, looking for options in the paint. Dribbles back out. Up top to Schneider. Schneider looking for options. Ball swung around to Zerpolo. Snyder three. Might have had Spyu underneath, but it doesn't matter because Frances Snyder knocks down her first shot of the game. And that'll give Baruch their first lead of the evening.
Absolutely great job by Snyder there. Really, David, when you take a look at this team last year, like piece by piece, Coach Kotrezos really put it together, and everyone really serves their role. Frances Snyder came in halfway through last year as a midseason transfer, and she really played a big impact for the Bearcats. Now bringing in Dawson, you're seeing this team really come together.
And I think also Zerpolo came in midway through last year.
Yes, she did.
And also you talking about Valmichi, whose role, not only did she get a bigger role, but she definitely gained confidence as she went through last year.
Same thing with Millie Yee.
And we're seeing the
naturally
same
Melinda Spyu.
Yep. And we're seeing Valmichi not afraid to shoot as maybe she was a little bit towards the beginning of last season.
Of course.
Now it's Zerpolo up top for the Bearcats. Hand off to Schneider. Schneider's three. off back rim. She was feeling it after the last make.
Yeah, same spot.
And
I don't blame her at all for taking that same shot attempt. And this ball's going to stay with the Bearcats.
Sloppy play there. I mean, especially right off the rebound, you definitely can't travel, and it's going to be Baruch's ball underneath. Millie Yee to inbound into Snyder on the corner here. Looking for options. Snyder still has it. Gives it now off to Zerpolo. Snyder up top, back to Zerpolo. Right wing. Krasniqi on her. Gives it off to Yee. Takes the pick from Zerpolo. Ooh, trying to find Spayu back door. Nice look there from Yee. And now Baruch has to get back as it's Sade Plowden, who's no good on the right-handed layup. Angela Zerpolo a little wild with that, and it's going to say a over and back, and I don't know about that. I think maybe the only call that she had was that Yee was in the air coming from the backcourt and never established herself in the front court, but I didn't think that was a...
Yeah, I didn't see her make a move backwards to indicate a backcourt violation.
My only thing was that if she didn't establish herself in the front court, they may have called that.
Understood. It's one of those weird plays in transition, a lot going on. We had a little bit of a trap here.
Yeah, I mean, Zerpolo had to get rid of the ball because she was almost trapped three ways with the sideline backcourt. Almost a full four-way trap, actually, if you think about it. Sideline, backcourt, and the two defenders.
Not a spot you want to be in if you have the ball in your hands.
So now it'll be DeJesus in the corner. Plowden thinking about the three. We haven't seen her put up one tonight. Martinez behind the back dribble. Hit ball's loose. It's going to be a jump ball. A nice hustle play there by Spayu. It's going to go back to the Bearcats.
And Spayu really makes a difference to a lot of these games with those hustle plays. You see her diving on the floor, getting those loose balls, jump balls. Really plays a difference throughout the course of the game.
The long sleeves definitely help her there.
Yeah.
And Snyder will bring the ball up. She's been the primary ball handler for the Bearcats, as now Dawson has it, recently checking back into the game. Looking for options. Snyder in the corner. Thinks about the shot. Zerpolo. Ball swung around to Spayu. Snyder cuts through. Spayu still holds it. Right wing. Cuts into the lane. Pull-up jumper. That shot, I think, was blocked by Krasniqi, and Graham comes away with the rebound. Krasniqi now up to DeJesus. DeJesus into the front court. Elbow jumper. Shot no good. As Spayu comes away with the rebound, but I think that's going to be a sloppy foul there on number 40, Caitlin Rivera. Baruch pretty much had the ball, and an off-ball foul right there on DeJesus will give SUNY Purchase the ball back underneath. Just have to be in a little bit more control in those situations.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, you had 5 Bearcats around the ball for the rebound.
Yeah, a lot of bodies down in the paint there.
So 24 remaining here on the Purchase shot clock, as they will inbound underneath their own baskets. Peoples now into Krasniqi in the corner. Krasniqi calling out the offense. Wants ISO on Rivera. Crossover move. Working on Rivera, trying to get it inside. Ball tipped, I think, there by Dawson. And it'll be Spayu who comes away with it. Up top to Dawson, way overthrown. And it'll go back to Purchase, and you can see Spayu frustrated with herself on that one.
Again, you got to really applaud the aggressiveness in that situation, but always in hindsight, you'd probably rather slow it down and really get into more of a traditional possession there.
And it's those type of plays that can create momentum swings. You felt the momentum starting to build for the Bearcats.
Yep.
Silly turnovers on the last defensive rebound, and then on top of that rebound there, very sloppy. Now it's Krasniqi inside to Graham, is overthrown, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. So sloppy turnovers on both ends.
Yeah, both teams making a little bit too many mistakes here in the second quarter. As Snyder will take it up for the Bearcats.
It's going right into the lane. Snyder aggressive and able to get it off the glass. Nice play there by Frances Snyder.
It's always good, too, because you have the vision. If you're the point guard and you see the lane, just keep going. Good job by Snyder.
At least wait till someone gets in your way and then find your options.
Yep.
Snyder has 7 on the evening of the Baruch's first 21. Peoples has it up top. Snyder all over her. Now Spayu on Krasniqi, and you can see Krasniqi on a couple occasions trying to get the switch. Now Martinez over to Peoples. Peoples going to drive right. Foul's going to be outside. Foul's going to be number 3, Frances Snyder. Off-ball foul, and that'll give the ball back to Purchase underneath as Sade Plowden checks into the game. Number 4, Amani Graham, will come to the bench. Both teams shooting 35% from the field, both 7 of 20, so an evenly matched game here in the early going. Coming in on midway through the second quarter. And that's going to be a travel there on number 14, Plowden, and it'll go back to Baruch.
Really kind of speaking on top of those, a self-inflicted wound, so to speak. SUNY Purchase commits just another one there. So Bearcats should really hope to capitalize on this situation.
And now Dawson has it, goes into the lane, gives it off to Rivera, back out to Snyder. Daniela Zerpolo shot short, and I think she knew it if she chased her own rebound, but it came to DeJesus, who will dribble it up for the Panthers. Peoples up top now has it, and Snyder will be on her. Nine turnovers for the Panthers, 6 for the Bearcats. There's 3 there by DeJesus, rattles around and in. Nice shot there by number 1, Alpha DeJesus.
And just like that, we have a tie ball game once again, David.
And Snyder goes right into the lane, had an open look, and it was no good off left rim. And it'll be Purchase on the rebound, and you can see the tempo starting to pick up as Peoples now straight into the lane, looking for options. Gives it off to Krasnicki up top, but it'll be covered by Spy. Now to DeJesus in the lane, going right after Dawson. Shot wild, no good. Snyder comes away with it, though, on the tipped ball. And now it's a 2-on-1 if they play their cards right. Bounce pass into Zerpolo. She gets fouled. Nice pump fake there as Krasnicki leaves her feet. And it'll be Zerpolo going to line to shoot 2.
Yeah, real good body control there by Zerpolo and good anticipation to really kind of predict that the defender was going to be fully committed to that shot, and now she'll go to the line for 2.
And Daniela knocks down the first. Zerpolo only had 2 free throws coming into this game in the first 3 games. And she knocks down the second. Daniela Zerpolo, great year from the line last year, shooting close to 80% as she's hit all 4 of her free throws this season.
Really picking up where she left off as the Bearcats lead by 2 here.
And it'll be Peoples again to walk it up. And watch for DeJesus off ball. The last few times down, they've tried to find her. She hit the 3 and then drove into the lane last time, and this time she took too many steps. Got to put the ball on the deck before you move your feet. And it'll go back to Baruch, another unforced error there, and that'll be the 10th turnover for the SUNY Purchase Panthers.
And Dawson will inbound it to Snyder. A little bit under 5 minutes remaining here in the second.
Frances Snyder now looking for options, has Peoples on her. Spyu posting up on number 20, Aurora, who just checked back into the game. Rivera, baseline jumper, off back rim, no good, and we saw her hit one from there earlier. Really been her spot the last couple seasons.
Yeah, it's a good job by Spyu to find Rivera in that spot where she's comfortable, like you said.
And Peoples left wing 3, no good, but Martinez there for the rebound. Nice block there by Zerpolo. But it'll be Peoples who gets the ball back for Purchase, and Coach Varel Eddy will call out the offense. It'll be Plowden into the lane, bounce pass out. 3 ball there by Aurora, no good. Rebound loose, and it'll be Rivera who corrals. And now Rivera needs an outlet. It's going to be Snyder. Dangerous, almost a dangerous pass there by when Plowden in the middle, and now it'll be Zerpolo. Baseline jumper, knocks it down. Baruch extending their lead to 4. On the other end, though, it'll be DeJesus back out to Hernandez. Shot off right rim, backboard, no good. It'll be Spy who comes away with it. She gets bumped by Aurora.
And SUNY Purchase is going to call a timeout here.
So with 3:46 remaining here in the first half, Baruch have had I think what is their biggest lead of the game up 4, 25-21, and you have to like how the Bearcats have really slowed down some of these, slowed down Plowden and Krasnicki. Neither of them scoring in the second quarter here. However, with that being said, DeJesus has kind of found her groove a little bit, hitting the 3 and getting a layup and a free throw there in the last few minutes.
Definitely, David. And really just those 2 not scoring shows that the Bearcats made those necessary adjustments defensively to shut them down.
Yeah, I agree. I liked how we mentioned about Spyu. Not sure if she can cover Krasnicki. She's been covering her back out by the out to the 3-point line, and it's worked. Get a hand in her face, because when you saw Krasnicki before when she got Rivera on her, she was really looking for that mismatch, even called it out,
Yeah.
and wanted the ISO. You throw Spayu on her, a little bit more lateral movement, less size, but really able to create some havoc, especially covering her 18 to 20 feet from the basket.
Of course, and that's usually the approach we see when we have that mismatch in the 4-5 position. Is Coach Catrozos puts his most athletic players on them and really just tells them like do their best to guard them, and it creates a lot of problems. Just really to kind of rely on that athleticism and movement down low. Surprising amount of rebounds too by Spayu, despite her size.
So, on the other side of things, Baruch really playing better offensively. I think we saw it at the end of the first, really coming into the second. Spayu had 8 points. The other scorers only had 2. Now you're starting to see Snyder with 7, Zerpolo with 6, having a big second quarter. So definitely getting some secondary scoring that Baruch was really looking for. And that's even saying Nia Dawson, Baruch's leading scorer, has yet to get on the scoreboard. As I say that, though, she rattles one home from inside of 6 feet.
Perfect timing there, David.
And we mentioned her earlier, you really want to get her, Dawson or Spayu, inside that paint. Let her go to work, and if she has to kick it out, she will. There's a floater there by Martinez on purchase, no good, and the foul there off the ball.
They're going to call.
It's going to be on purchase.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a push on SUNY purchase, and the Bearcats get the ball.
So that's Hernandez's second foul here in the first half. As Spayu will inbound, and it'll be Snyder again to walk it up. Snyder's been playing well here at the point guard position.
Yeah, she's really making a lot of things happening, and if nothing's really open, she's even been able to score herself. So good job by Snyder to really move the ball around nicely.
7 points, 2 assists, and 3 boards from Snyder here in the first half. Crossover there, moved by Michi. Hand off to Spayu. Spayu right into the lane. Oh, they're not going to call the basket.
Let's see what the call is here.
It's going to be 2 hands on the back. It's going to be on number 14, Sade Plowden. And Baruch's going to inbound underneath the basket. And I don't know, I mean, they didn't call continuation there. Didn't look like she took too many more steps.
No.
Not really sure where the point of contact was as Francis Snyder knocks down a big 3. And that puts her in double digits.
And that worked out in the Bearcats' favor to have that one reversed, as Francis Snyder is able to connect on the 3 ball, get the extra point.
They got the 3 the easy way instead of the hard way. As Plowden's 3 there knocks it down. And Sade Plowden hits a big 3 from the left wing to stop the Bearcats' run.
And good response there by SUNY Purchase to come back with a 3 ball of their own.
Snyder now has it on the left wing, looking for options. It's Peoples. Takes the pick there from Dawson. Nice crossover there, move by Michi. 3 there by Dawson. High arcing shot around and out, no good. And it'll be Plowden on the rebound, gives it off to Martinez, who wants to push up to DeJesus. DeJesus thinking about going right in, but instead they'll slow things down, and the Panthers will set up here in the half court. It'll be DeJesus in the corner. Gives it up top to Peoples. Peoples going to drive into the lane. Kicks it up top to Martinez. Martinez with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. She'll pull a 3 off back rim. No good. Nice rebound there by Michi. She's looking for options. Nia Dawson is that option. And she'll finish with the right hand. Nice play there by Martinez not to foul as Baruch extend their lead to 8. 1:45 remaining here in the first half. Nia Dawson having a quality last couple of minutes. 4 points.
And real good look there by Val Michi to really push the ball up, find Dawson in transition.
DeJesus into the lane. Line drive shot. No good. Zerpolo on the rebound. DeJesus going to pick up Zerpolo full court, and Zerpolo can bring it across the timeline. Gives off nice find there to Nia Dawson. Reverse layup is blocked, but what a nice court vision there by Daniela Zerpolo as Krasniqi and Graham check back in for purchase. It'll be Hernandez and DeJesus to the bench.
And what's been great, David, is that multiple different players are taking up the ball. So you really can't cue in on one to have to run that. A lot of people are getting open, and it's hard to cue in on one player in one spot. There's going to be some form of a call here. Refs are talking to the scorer's table.
The foul there is going to be on number 1, Alpha DeJesus. It's going to be a technical. They're going to say that she was on the court, giving the SUNY Purchase Panthers too many players on the court, and that'll be a technical free throw for Zerpolo, and she keeps her 100% correct. And she'll get one more. And rattles out the second. Might have jinxed her on that one there, Brian. So,
nonetheless, Bearcats will regain possession underneath the basket.
And you can see how angry Coach Eddie was
Yeah, he wasn't
on the
happy.
sideline when, and you can hear him yelling at the defense. Now it'll be Spyu up top, crossover on Plowden. Goes around right into the lane. Lane kind of opens up for her. Can't finish. Nice body control there by Spyu in the air. Now Plowden up ahead. Going 1-on-2. And can't knock that down. Ball's loose, and it'll be Zerpolo who comes away with the rebound. Dawson and Zerpolo battling for it. Now it'll be Dawson up top. She thinks about the shot. Has Krasniqi out on her. Gives it off to Zerpolo on the baseline. Shot no good. Dawson fighting for the rebound, but instead it'll be Martinez. Excuse me. Martinez, my apologies, who comes away with it. Martinez up top. 40 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Here's Krasniqi, shot no good. Boarded by Zerpolo.
And with 33 seconds left, and to Coach Eddie's point, that was not the best shot there. It'll be Dawson, now gives it over to Snyder.
It's likely the Bearcats' last possession of the half.
20 on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock.
Some contact there. Here's Dawson.
Shot off, rim off glass and in. Shot there by Nia Dawson, and with 7 seconds left, Peoples brings it to the front court for Purchase. Goes right into the lane. It's going to be a travel, and it'll go back to Baruch with 2.7 seconds remaining. Schneider to Zerpolo at the half-court line. She loses it, and will not be able to get a shot off here at the end of the half. But Baruch making a great comeback, tied up at, I believe, 16 at the half. Now it is 36-24. Baruch, really nice second quarter there.
Yeah, they really
outscoring Purchase 20-8.
They really did a good job of responding out of initial big lead out of SUNY Purchase, and to come back and regain this game, and now they have momentum and control going into the second half. So that's all you can ask for if you're Coach Quadrosos and the Bearcats.
And we must have seen the same thing Coach Quadrosos was saying, because they really tried to figure out a way to stop Plowden and Krasniqi. Plowden only 3 points in the second quarter. Krasniqi didn't even find the scoreboard, and DeJesus had 6. So definitely a great job by the Bearcats to really limit the transition offense, but also limit the size that Purchase has.
Absolutely, and then to go on top of that point, you're seeing a lot of primary and secondary scoring out of the Bearcats. Snyder leading the way with 10, Dawson 7, Zerpolo 7, Spyu with 8. So a lot of different people are contributing here tonight, and I think that's really hard to defend.
And Snyder, to that point, had 8 in the second quarter, 7 for Dawson, and all in the second quarter, and Zerpolo had 7 all in the second quarter as well. So that is where, Zerpolo actually had 5 in the second quarter, but that's where your scoring has come from. Spyu, Rivera, Yee, also the scorers, didn't really have a point in that quarter. So definitely a great job by some of these other scorers, and Dawson to find her groove to get going in that quarter.
Absolutely.
So Baruch leading by 12 after the first half. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to preview the second half and discuss a little bit more of this matchup between the Bearcats of Baruch and the Panthers of SUNY Purchase. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game. Change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
And welcome back to Baruch College basketball here at the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College, 25th and Lex to be exact, in Manhattan. Alongside Brian Flannery, I'm David Justin. Brian, great comeback there by the Baruch Bearcats. They probably dominated, I would say, about 3/4 of that first half. Really struggled in maybe the opening 4 to 5 minutes. After that, very much took off. Leading the way, of course, Francis Snyder, a couple of threes, a couple of free throws, but leading the way with 10 points. Melinda Spayu, 8, and Dawson and Zerpolo, 7 apiece. So definitely what you wanted to see from the Bearcats, especially against the rocky start. They kind of saw that game plan from SUNY Purchase and really implemented their style on the ball game.
For sure, David. And now SUNY Purchase is going to try to do the same thing the Bearcats did, which is slow down their momentum. Bearcats have total momentum right now coming into the second half, so it'll be really interesting to see if they can keep that up and what SUNY Purchase does to try to stop that.
And what we saw in the first half was SUNY Purchase really wanted to get the ball moving quickly in a transition type of game. The problem is, if Baruch's making their shots, it's really hard for the Panthers to work on that transition game.
Absolutely.
And it forces them to set up in the half court,
Yep.
as it'll be Purchase ball to start the second half. It'll be Krasniqi inside looking for Armani Graham. That's tipped away, though, and it'll be Spayu on the fast break. Going right into Krasniqi. She gets fouled. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul actually there is going to be at number 4, Armani Graham. Good defense there by Krasniqi, but Graham coming back from the back and hitting the wrist.
And on the Bearcats end, really good job by Caitlin Rivera there to force a big stop and Melinda Spayu to recover the turnover.
Spayu knocks down the first. And, Brian, how crucial is the opening of this third quarter, especially with the way the game's played here late in the second quarter?
Oh, very, very crucial, especially coming off how much momentum the Bearcats had. It's either they're going to continue that or SUNY Purchase is going to try to really put an end to that as they'll take it into the Bearcat half.
It'll be Peoples up top. Snyder on her. Crossover move by Peoples, gives it off to DeJesus. DeJesus looking for options. Plowden thinks about the corner 3, gives it off to DeJesus, takes too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
And again, speaking towards mistakes that they're able to limit, travels, turnovers, SUNY Purchase definitely got a little sloppy there towards the end of the first half and got called for a walk there, so they're going to have to stop that if they want to get back into this game.
And to your point, 13 Purchase turnovers compared to 6 for the Bearcats as Zerpolo's shot is around and out. We're seeing Zerpolo starting the second half in place of Valmichi. 3 ball there by Krasniqi. Hits nothing and will go out of bounds. And nice, interesting swap there by Coach Kotrazos as starting Zerpolo, leaving Michi on the bench because Zerpolo really was that hot hand in the second quarter.
Yeah, definitely want to ride the hot hand as Francis Snyder will take up the ball for the Bearcats. Nice slow pace here.
Bounce pass inside. Dawson. She dribbles into a double team. Shot around and good. Nice play there by Nia Dawson, really to pick her spot and get into the lane.
Yeah, good job creating separation with that jump too. Got herself a better look as Francis Snyder applies a little bit of pressure in the front court.
It's going to be a trip there on Snyder, but back to Dawson on the offensive end. Really able to find her spot, and now she's starting to get on a roll here coming in from the second quarter to the third. Snyder will come sit as Valmichi comes into the game.
Absolutely. We saw Dawson averaging in the 20s as far as points per game, David, so we're really seeing that play pick up as the game went on.
Transferred in from Adelphi here. Baruch, and a steal there by Spayu. And she's able to lay it in. Smart play there by Plowden not to foul. And that will be Spayu's second steal of the game.
And again, that's just a real Melinda hustle play there, David. Applying a lot of force and forcing that turnover as...
Nice play there by DeJesus as...
They're going to call that... Let's see what the call is there, David.
They're going to call it a foul on number 1, Alpha DeJesus. Oh, excuse me. It's actually going to go the other way. It's going to be number 40, Caitlin Rivera. Looked like they were walking back down. Everyone was walking back down the court.
Yeah. Didn't see that one. Zerpolo a little shaken up after that 50-50 ball.
Peoples now gives it up to Krasniqi. She gets fouled there by Rivera. And a lot of touch fouls here in the early going of the third quarter.
Again, the Bearcats really want to limit their fouls. Getting to the bonus early would be not ideal as they hope to continue their lead.
Emily Rivera in for her sister, Caitlin. As Graham turns it over and almost about to steal it back as Dawson turns it right back over. It'll be Peoples, and the foul there is on Rivera. And once again, a touch foul here on the outside, and it'll be Peoples to inbound underneath, but not really letting them play right now.
And again, David, I almost disagree with that call because I saw a loose ball foul when Dawson was going for that. She got essentially blindsided. A lot of hard contact there, no call, and ultimately.
A nice play there by Krasniqi inside as she's able to get the shot to go and make it a three-point play. So she'll go to the line.
And yeah, Coach Trozo is definitely not happy with the series of fouls. Bearcats can't seem to get out of their own end and have been committing mistake after mistake. So hopefully after this extra point attempt, we'll regain possession and slow it down.
Shot's no good. Rivera comes away with the rebound, and Spivey will bring it into the front court. Spivey going right into the left side of the lane here. Curls back. Nope, lay it high off the glass and is able to get into that little spot in the paint. Melinda Spivey, her first bucket of the second half. Ball right wing for DeJesus. She goes inside. Ball's fought for. Ooh, dangerous foul right there. Spivey hits the deck. She'll stay down for a second. It looked like she was going up for that rebound. A little contact to the back neck area. The foul's going to be on Spivey.
That's not a good call. Coach Trozo is definitely not happy with that one, nor are we, as you saw Melinda take a lot of hard contact there. Put her in a dangerous position, and she's going to get the foul call.
So it'll send Amani Graham to the line to shoot two, as Baruch have already put SUNY Purchase 2.5 minutes into this quarter into the penalty. Graham knocks down the first. That's her first point on the evening. Graham off on the second. It's going to be Krasniqi fighting in for the rebound, and the foul there is going to be on number 42,
this is just
Emily Rivera.
Yeah, I don't know if we have the number, David, but this has to be a lot of consecutive fouls on the Bearcats, who still have not been able to get out of their end for what seems like an eternity now. And SUNY Purchase has really done a good job of capitalizing, and now they're going to put themselves in a position to be in this game as it gets into the later minutes. Zerpolo will give it to Dawson, who she'll push it through the front court.
I think we'll see Dawson as the primary ball handler with Snyder on the bench. Dawson right in the lane, 3-foot jumper, 5-foot jumper is good. Right outside the semicircle.
Brazil.
Now Plowden has it right wing, takes too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. Another unforced error there by SUNY Purchase. And you can see the turnovers number growing here for the Panthers.
Now Valmichi will take up the ball.
Takes the pick from Dawson and give it to Dawson. Up straight away three. Off front rim, no good. Had the direction, didn't have the distance, it looked like.
Yeah, exactly.
Barely grazed the rim, and it'll be Peoples over to Plowden for SUNY Purchase. Back up to Peoples. Has DeJesus right wing, calling for it. Has Yee on her. Now it's Graham. Spin move over Zerpolo. Nice move there by Amani Graham, and that was the first time we've really seen her in the paint going to work. That's her first field goal attempt of the game, and she's has 3 points here in the quarter. Now it'll be Spivey hard into the lane, and she knocks it down off the glass. Nice play there by Melinda Spivey.
Getting into a lot of contact there, David. Able to finish. Great job there by Melinda. And they're going to call
Millie Yee on the foul.
Millie.
On a reach. And that'll give SUNY Purchase a couple opportunities here at the line for number 0, DJ Peoples.
Jules Martinez checking in for the Panthers.
The SUNY Purchase team really made up consistently of New York City ball players. I mean, you got one from here right in Manhattan. You got 4 from the Bronx, 3 from Brooklyn, 3 from Queens, and then 1 from upstate, 1 from Tokyo, Japan. So definitely a New York heavy team.
Yeah, almost all the boroughs are represented there.
So now Spy will bring it into the front court. Baruch lead by 15. Coming on 4 minutes gone here in the third. It'll be Michi into the lane. Nice kick out to Spyu. Spyu spins back, and it's going to be 2 hands. And it's such a common foul. You know, you especially when you're trying to, with the lateral defense, you always put that other hand out. If you get called with the 2 hands, they're going to call it 100% of the time.
Absolutely.
And we've seen it a bunch tonight. Yep. And yeah, definitely some hand fouls here from both teams as Dawson has it up top for the Bearcats. Hand off to Val Michi. Michi looking for options, finds their Polo as the option. He's trying to get inside to Spyu. Spyu going hard in the lane, and 1 for Melinda Spyu. Going in hard off the glass, able to finish through the contact. And definitely Spyu finding that soft spot inside the paint and really going to work. Once she was able to turn on the defender, it was her bucket.
Absolutely, and yeah, just elite body control out of Spyu to be able to go full speed and at that last second pull up, go into contact, and still finish at the rim. You don't usually see that.
Off on the free throw there, but great body positioning as well, able to block out the defender using pretty much her body and able to finish inside.
Exactly, while drawing the foul. Even more impressive there. As
Peoples gets blocked. I think that might have been by Millie Yee.
Yeah, Millie Yee.
Val Michi trying to corral the ball. She's going to pull up from baseline. Shot's no good. Ball's loose, and it'll go off of Dawson last. Excuse me. They're actually going to say it's off of Purchase, and it'll stay with the Bearcats underneath. Dawson looking for an option inbound. Baruch had a 5 seconds earlier. Bounce pass from Spyu back to Dawson. Throws it into like the second row as she was trying to find Millie Yee in the corner, who was actually open for 3. Nice ball movement there. Just an errant pass by Dawson.
Yeah, good ball movement by the Bearcats. Really keeping the offense moving. Just a little bit too much on that pass.
But have to be. I've been rather impressed by Baruch's half-court offense tonight. Struggled at times last year, and really able to find their stroke.
Big improvement for sure.
Baruch as a team shooting 44% and way better than some of the games we saw last year. Definitely a team on the rise here in the CUNYAC Conference, and starting out 3-0 will definitely A, give yourself a name, but B, increase expectations exponentially, because maybe you didn't have those expectations coming in. You start out undefeated, you start out 4, 5, 6-0. Teams are going to be looking at you, especially with conference play coming up right at the end of the year here.
Absolutely, David. And really just to see where we came from last year as a team and as a unit. Everyone's so young and came in and really found their chemistry under Coach Katrozos and figured out how to play with each other and maximize each other's strengths. So to see even the transition they took last year was incredibly impressive towards the end. They were playing heads and shoulders above the level they were playing in the beginning of the year. Now, this year, they came out, and they've only built on top of that. So it's really going to be exciting to see how much improvement they can continue to make throughout the course of this year and what noise they can make as playoff time rolls around.
Yeah, and the first conference game will be actually Friday, December 6th at Hunter College. So, it's already going to start picking up hot and heavy for some of these conference games. It's really not that far down the road as you think. You have about a month between conference games, but to go at Hunter, who, those are the big games because it's going to not only determine seeding, but that's most of your schedule when you're talking about conference play.
Exactly, and perennially, Hunter's been a real problem for the Bearcats. It's been a lot of close games here on Battle of Lexington, and Bearcats have fortunately been able to win a good amount of them, David. But Hunter's always a good test to really see where you are and where you need to improve. But that's why we have these non-conference games, is to kind of figure that out early.
And definitely do not forget to come out this Saturday. It's going to be we have a great doubleheader between SUNY Cobleskill and the Baruch women's team here at 12 p.m., followed by the men's team at 2 p.m. versus, I'm going to hopefully pronounce this right, Gallaudet University here at the Arc Arena. So that's 12 p.m. SUNY Cobleskill, Gallaudet University versus the men at 2, and men being 1-1 are definitely another big test for them.
Yes, sir. You and I will be back on air for that, so please join us.
We have a stoppage of play here.
Looked like Coach Krozos called a timeout.
It's going to talk things over with 5:05 remaining, up by 17. And Melinda Spayu now up to 17 points, 3 steals. Just having a monster game right now on both ends of the floor, shooting 67%, with Snyder and Dawson also in double figures. Zerpolo not far behind with 7, and the offense more so than years past that we've done these games, real well-rounded for these Bearcats. Not only getting secondary offense, you're getting tertiary offense, and you can see that this team's really starting to come together as they continue to add pieces over the last full year now.
For sure, David.
And now the ball's in the corner. Michi has trouble corralling it, throws it away to Dawson. It'll be plowed in going coast to coast, and she'll finish with the right hand. Smart play there by Dawson not to foul, especially when you're up 15.
Michi will give it to Dawson in the front court.
And now you can see the half-court trap starting. It'll be inside to Yee. Looking for options. Spayu inside. Off-balance shot. No good. It's going to be DeJesus and Yee. And it'll stay with the Bearcats as Francis Snyder checks back into the game. Val Michi will come to the bench. Maybe a little surprised there you didn't see Spayu or Dawson come out, seeing how they have I think Spayu's played every minute of this game. Maybe coach wants to extend this lead a little bit more. Ooh, dangerous pass there as Zerpolo runs it down inside to Spayu, gives it off to Yee. Yee baseline jumper, knocks it down. Nice shot there by Millie Yee, her second bucket of the game in 9 minutes.
An excellent ball movement there by the Bearcats to avoid the traps in the corners and keep SUNY Purchase running around, chasing after the ball, and good job there by Millie Yee finishing with the jump shot.
And it was actually her errant pass, but it was corralled by Zerpolo. Zerpolo found the cutting Spayu. Spayu curls back, finds E baseline. So it was
just like they drew it up, right?
Just like they drew it up. But way to recover on the possession and make it count there by Millie Yee.
Of course.
On the other end, DJ Peoples will go to the line to shoot 2. Surprise Purchase hasn't really tried to go inside a lot more and try to create those fouls because they've been in the bonus for the last 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, they haven't really been trying to draw all that much contact, like you said, on the inside. Be interesting to see if they try to do more of that.
And rebounded there by Spayu, who will bring it up into the front court. Baruch lead now by 16 as Peoples goes 1 of 2. Shot no good by Dawson, able to corral the long rebound. And now she'll give it into the corner. It'll be Francis Snyder. Shot no good, but Zerpolo comes away with the rebound. And Baruch have a fresh 20, make it 15 now as Dawson hands off to Snyder all the way up top. Snyder curls back, looking for options. Snyder bounce pass to Zerpolo. Zerpolo's baseline shot, no good. Dawson goes right back up with it and finishes off on the offensive glass. Nice steal there by Zerpolo. A bonehead play there by Martinez. Actually, it might have been on the inbounder, Krasniqi, and it'll be back to Baruch. Dawson has it up top. Gives it inside to Zerpolo. Zerpolo, she's going to get blocked by Krasniqi, gets her own ball back. And a foul there on the baseline. The foul there is going to be on number 0, DJ Peoples.
They're calling that on Zerpolo.
Oh, wow, offensive.
I don't know what she really did there besides dribble underneath the baseline.
Yeah, they're going to say offensive foul on Zerpolo.
Yeah, it looked like bodies got a little bit tangled up, but I didn't see a clear-cut foul there, David.
Jasmine Hernandez will check back into the game as Alpha DeJesus comes to the bench. And it'll be Peoples who walks it up. Now you got some size here as Hernandez shot way off, but she's able to get her own rebound. Krasniqi, Plowden, and Hernandez all in, 5'10" plus. Krasniqi looking for options. It's Hernandez inside. Working on Zerpolo. Shot no good. Rebounded there by Krasniqi. and she's able to back it out. Now to Peoples up top. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 2.5 remaining here in the quarter. Groznici, straightaway jumper, no good. And it'll be Spayu to push. Inside, nice pass there by Spayu over to Zerpolo, who's able to finish. Nice transition offense there by the Bearcats.
Yeah, great look there by Spayu.
It'll be Martinez up top now. Spayu's 4th assist, leading the Bearcats.
Guarded by Snyder. No good, as Snyder will get the defensive rebound.
Stop ball, stop ball.
She finds a cutting Zerpolo in transition to Millie Yee. Stripped of the ball, and Bearcats retain possession.
Once again, Baruch really able to her purchase on the transition offense. That time, Yee got blocked, but it'll stay with the Bearcats underneath. Yee now up top to, Snyder up top to Dawson. Dawson takes the pick from Spayu. Pull-up jumper. It's going to be off right rim. Actually, it's not going to hit rim, and it'll be Plowden's rebound. Peoples to bring it up to the front court for SUNY purchase. Purchase has Yee on her, calling out the offense, looking for options. Martinez will be the option. Martinez now at the elbow, gives it inside. Nice pass there by Hernandez. No good. It's going to be steps on Hernandez, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. But nice play there between, I believe it was Martinez and Hernandez, to create space underneath. And Valmichi will come back into the game as Spayu will take a breather.
And that's something we didn't see almost all of last year, David. So the ability to also rest, give the starters some rest, I think will bode well as we get into the later minutes. A lot of players had to play straight through last year.
Spayu, 29 minutes, 17 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Dawson, shot no good. She's fouled. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Money, you got 12. Who's guarding 12?
Going to be Dawson at the line to opportunity to extend this lead. Knocks down the first. A minute 06 remaining here in the third quarter. Baruch have extended their lead now to 21. +9 here, make it +10 here in the third. And it'll be Martinez to dribble up.
And if you're the Bearcats now, you just have to really just keep your focus and make sure you stay consistent. Don't commit mistakes and try to close this one out now.
It'll be Graham now inside to Hernandez. Hernandez right hand move. No good. Rebounded there by Michi, and it's going to be a foul. I believe on number 2, Jasmine Hernandez. It's going to be her 4th.
Again, this is where that bonus really comes into play, David. Regardless of what side you're on the court, if you're getting fouled, you're going to the line. So,
and Hernandez 1 foul away from being fouled out for the game. So Michi off on the first free throw. 46.6 remaining here. Off on the second. It's going to be Dawson on the rebound. Working inside. She's fouled, and it'll send Dawson right back to the line for the Bearcats.
Box first. Box first, then go in. Box first, then go.
And Hernandez will come to the bench for De Jesus.
Reina, let's go. You're going to guard number 12. All right. So, second shot.
Dawson good on the first.
And knocks down the second. We'll see the first of Reina LeBron, 5'9" freshman from Queens. So it'll be Martinez to bring the ball into the front court for SUNY purchase. Peoples now left wing looking for options. He'll take the pick right from Aurora. Martinez, crossover move. Back up to Peoples. A lot of iso ball here for SUNY Purchase. Fouled outside. The shot's not going to go. It's going to be arm into the side on number 12, Val Michi. And that's going to send Peoples to the line once again.
Peoples is good on her first attempt.
3 of 5 from the line tonight. And rattles around, no good. And it'll be Zerpolo on the rebound. Now up to Yee.
Purchase coming with that trap.
Down 23, 15 seconds left. Baruch can't hold for last possession. It's going to be Dawson. Over to Snyder. Snyder into the lane. Goes right around everyone and able to finish. 3 seconds left. Peoples pushes. 1 second left. Has to chuck it. Oh, no good off the glass. So after 3, Baruch 61, SUNY Purchase 36. You are watching Baruch Bearcats basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game, change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
And welcome back. We're about to have fourth quarter action here at the Arc Arena. Women's college basketball between SUNY Purchase Panthers and your Baruch Bearcats. Baruch trying to extend their season record to 4-0. Panthers trying not to fall to 0-2. Baruch currently leading by 25 entering the fourth, so game might be well at hand. It'll be a bit of a miracle here for the SUNY Purchase Panthers, excuse me, to make a comeback as DeJesus has it in the corner. Aurora has it. Ball swung around to Krasniqi. She'll go into the paint, kicks it back out to DeJesus. Looking for options, Martinez on the right wing. Good ball movement here for the Panthers. Peoples puts up a 3, air ball, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. But nice ball movement there, just couldn't find the open shot. Quality closeout by Baruch.
And looks like SUNY Purchase is going to call a timeout here.
So early timeout, 23 seconds into the quarter. Want to talk things over and try to cut into this deficit. A big hill to climb here for the Panthers.
Yeah, you saw better ball movement on that last possession. You wonder if that's really what they're going to try to focus on here in the fourth, David.
So Baruch up by 25, 9:37 remaining. And really getting it from all different areas are the Bearcats. You have Dawson with 17 as well as Spayu, 12 for Francis Snyder, 9 for Zerpolo, 4 for Yee, and 2 for Caitlin Rivera.
So you're just seeing that top to bottom, a lot of
going 6 deep right now in the scoring column and 3 players in double figures. Zerpolo not far behind with 9. And we may see some more of the bench here in the fourth quarter if the lead stays the way it is. Still haven't seen – actually, we've seen the whole bench, so may just see some more of Emily Rivera and some of the other players who have not played extended minutes.
And good job by Spayu, really breaking down the trap there.
Almost going 1-on-5. Zerpolo, and now she's in double figures. Give her 11. Nice play there by Spayu.
Yeah, good job keeping the composure, not really letting that press force a bad decision. So good job by Spayu.
So it'll be Peoples up top now. Takes the pick from Aurora. Now over to DeJesus, who's in the lane. Back out to Peoples. Thought about the shot, gives it off to Krasniqi. Ball up top to Krasniqi. Straightaway three, no good. Zerpolo comes away with the rebound. Nice behind the back dribble. Crossover move, and now can bring it into the front court. Dawson has it on the corner. Up top to Spayu, swung around to Snyder. Ball in the corner with Michi. Now up top to Snyder, now inside to Spayu. Has the baseline jumper, fakes it. Nice double clutch layup and is able to finish. Extend the lead now to 29, 8.5 to go here in the ball game.
Another quality possession there for the Bearcats, David.
Krasniqi has Martinez. Martinez right wing corner three, no good. Rebounded there by Dawson, and she'll bring it up the court. Dawson into the front court. Bounce pass inside to Zerpolo. They're going to say Dawson was fouled. Foul's going to be there on number 5, Jules Martinez. That's going to be her second. Spayu has it in the corner. And then she'll dribble up to the top of the key, gives it off to Snyder right wing. Ball swung around, Val Michi. She's going to pull a three. Shot no good. Spayu comes away with it. And you have to wonder if the Panthers have just kind of been worn down here.
Yeah.
Not as much hustle on the defensive end and some sloppy fouls. Actually, that time it's going to go against Michi. It's going to be a travel.
Especially defensively, if the Bearcats have the majority of the possession, it's going to really wear down the defense, and that might even translate to offense.
So it's going to be Plowden, Graham, and Amber Rodriguez into the game for SUNY Purchase. Zerpolo will come to the bench as Rivera checks back into the game. Now it'll be Martinez up top with the ball looking for options. A couple off-ball screens. Going to be Rodriguez in the corner. Thinks about the three, fakes the pass, pulls the three, knocks it down. Nice shot there by Amber Rodriguez, her first look of the evening. Now Spayu dribbles it up. Gets into the lane, kicks it back out to Snyder. Gives it off to Michi. Now it's Dawson in the lane. Nice shot there from just inside the free throw line. Short elbow and able to knock it down.
Yeah, another quality possession out of the Bearcats, really looking for their best look and taking it. Not really settling.
And they found a lot of space in that soft area of the zone, whether it's been Spayu or Dawson. It's going to be an offensive foul against Graham. A spin move there. A nice play by Rivera to take the charge. And Hernandez checking back into the game as Graham has fouled out. That is her 5th.
I believe Hernandez is also in foul trouble.
She has 4 on the evening, so definitely getting thin at the 4-5 position is SUNY Purchase. Krasniqi also has 3, so almost all of their centers as an errant pass there from Spayu to Dawson. Up ahead to Snyder. Actually, Snyder picked it off. That pass was so perfect to Snyder, I almost thought it was passed to her. Spayu, no good. Gets her own rebound, though. Dawson elbow jumper knocks it down, and she's really feeling it here in the second half. She's got 21 total on 8 of 18 shooting. It'll be Martinez up top. Now over to Rodriguez, looking for options, back up to Martinez. And that's going to be a travel, and we've seen that a handful of times. It's going to add to the woes of SUNY Purchase, as that is their 23rd turnover, minus 11 in the turnover battle.
Yeah, and it's really just hard to win basketball games when you're committing that many turnovers.
Also minus 10 in the assist game where they were flowing early and have really slowed down.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the first 5 minutes, looks like the Bearcats were almost largely overmatched. And then somewhere along the line, they just made the adjustments, found what worked. And throughout that course, unfortunately for SUNY Purchase, they've committed a ton of turnovers, and that really hasn't helped them here throughout the course of the game.
Ball swung around. Snyder's corner three knocks that one down, and Baruch really piling on the pressure. 72-38, a monster lead here for the Bearcats. Excuse me, 69-38. Rodriguez now into Hernandez. Hernandez, errant shot, no good. Rebounded there by Zerpolo. She's boxed out by Martinez, but Zerpolo will push. Has Hernandez and Martinez on her. Now gives up to Snyder up top. Snyder in the lane. Bounce pass trying to go inside. It was Aurora who comes away with it. Up top to Plowden. Plowden able to finish with the right hand. 71-40, Baruch lead. Coming in on the halfway point of the fourth.
Coach Cotrozzo's really just signaling to Snyder to kind of slow down the tempo now, make sure we're getting good looks on offense as Zerpolo's fouled, and she'll go to the line.
So the foul there is on Jules Martinez. It's going to be her third. Baruch up to 46.5% from the field while holding SUNY Purchase to 29%. And somehow now even out-rebounding the Panthers of SUNY Purchase. Zerpolo off on the first.
Box out first. Hold your box first, then get the ball.
Knocks down the second, front rim, back rim. So it'll be Martinez into the front court. Calling out the offense. To Rodriguez, now gets the pick from LeBron. Shot no good.
Here's Valmichi.
I never thought I would have the opportunity to say that, but Valmichi, nice little Euro step move, unable to finish. Now Martinez. Hand off to Hernandez. Hernandez in the lane. Pass out. Ooh, nice play there by Rodriguez to corral it and knock it in off the glass. And Snyder will walk it up. Baruch's leads 30. And we had the makings of a quality back and forth game in the early going. Baruch have really, stepped on the throttle here in the second half. Millie Yee knocks it down from the baseline. And some more nice ball movement there by the Bearcats.
Yeah, again, really finding their optimal shot attempt throughout the course of these possessions, David. It's really not a matter of settling on the first, second. It might be even the third or fourth that they're finding their good looks.
Nice play there by LeBron to get inside and finish off glass for the Panthers. Crossover move there by Snyder. Looking to get into the lane, gives off to Zerpolo, up top to Michi. Ball swung around, Millie Yee had the hot hand, gives it off to Rivera. It's knocked away, and it'll stay with the Bearcats underneath. 14 seconds remaining here on the shot clock, 3:36 remaining here in the ball game. And Baruch look like they're going to be easily on their way to an undefeated 4-0 start. The best start we've seen, I think, since we've been for the 4 or 5 years that we've been calling these games. Nice shot there by Frances Snyder. Big three from the right wing. Definitely the deepest and most complete team we've seen on the women's side since we've started calling here on Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So
for sure, David.
A lot to look forward to with this team. And Coach Cotrozzo wants to talk things over. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left. Emily Rivera waiting to check in for the Bearcats. Ball is going to be inbounded on the far side when we're back. But Baruch leading by 33, 3:12 remaining. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And what a game here. First game for us on the season. A lot to live up to for game number 2, especially offensively, the way the Bearcats have come out. 77 points, shooting close to 48% from the field, over 36% from downtown, and even out-rebounding SUNY Purchase, which I think was both of a little bit of our concern coming into the game.
Yeah, especially with that height differential. So to really see them overcome SUNY Purchase in all those categories is quite impressive for the Bearcats.
SUNY Purchase had the lead with a minute remaining in the first quarter, 16-14. Since then, it's been 16 all. And it's been a lot more like for Baruch than it has been for SUNY Purchase after the first.
Absolutely. And from now, you really, with 3 minutes left, you just want to stick to that game plan. Maybe run some different offenses and ride this thing out as they to a well-earned victory.
So they have 4 days off now. They don't play again until SUNY Cobleskill. SUNY Cobleskill just beat this same SUNY Purchase team, not to the effect that Baruch has, so it could be a pretty interesting matchup come Saturday. That game's at 12 p.m., and then the men will play in our first men's call of the year against Gallaudet University here at the Arc Arena. So definitely a doubleheader. Come check it out. It'll be back-to-back games. We'll be on the air. Baruch Bearcats broadcasting. Probably have 20-minute interval in between, but definitely should be an exciting doubleheader, and excited to see this men's team who themselves have tons of turnover.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking towards that men's team and turnover, very similar to what we saw with the women's team coming into last year when you lost so many seniors like that. So it's almost a completely new and entirely different men's roster for the exception of 1 or 2 starters, David. So it's going to be interesting to see how that group gels together as just like that last year.
Yeah, lots of freshmen. No more Six Smith brothers, no more Bryler Page, no more Andre Harris. So definitely a lot of – we'll see how some of these younger players that we saw a bit of maybe at the end of last year really come in. But a lot of new names. But I think you're going to see a lot more Benjamin Boateng, a lot more Jack Reese, a lot more George Smith Jr.
Yep.
And Alan Villar, also excited to see what he's going to do this year. I think had a great season last year. Really something to build off of. But where are you going to get that scoring from? You're talking about probably your top 3 out of your top 4 scorers, plus your leading assist man.
Exactly. So it's really going to be interesting to see that different look and that different Bearcats team. Because when you're talking last year's squad, David, it was a culmination of 4 years and tons of chemistry, and really at least you put that together piece by piece, just like you're seeing with this women's basketball team now. So it's going to be a different Baruch men's basketball team, but still hopefully a successful basketball team as we move into the later parts of 2019 and 2020.
Absolutely. 5 freshmen on this men's team, and that's not even including some of the guys that maybe you probably didn't see that much last year, such as like a Nathaniel Ormond, who's a sophomore, but will definitely get more playing time.
Yep.
So, and Michael Richards Jr., but I think he'll get more playing time as well. And transfer Ryan Graziano. So, see if Ian Voss Potts gets playing time. There's a lot of players that have been on this team, but they just need to be incorporated into the rotation.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's going to be exciting. A lot of depth and a lot of talented guys on that roster, just like we're seeing with this women's squad. So, a lot of good basketball on deck here for the Bearcats
and this,
on both teams.
This may be Coach John Elise's hardest job yet, because every year he almost had those established seniors coming into that next class, whether it was Chima passing it over to Bryler, passing with Andre, and then Bryler came back for that 5th season.
Yep. With Andre and Billy,
and then Jack. So doing it with I think only 1 senior on this year's team, if I'm correct.
You have Ben's a senior, George Smith is a senior, and Alan Villar.
Oh, excuse me, then 3 seniors.
Yeah. But then again, as far as those aren't.
And DeAndre Gibbs will be a senior as well.
Yeah.
Also someone they may need to lean on a little bit more, but
of course,
not so much, not a lot of depth, not a lot of, excuse me,
those top scoring options when you're talking about a Chima, a Bryler. So.
And all your seniors seem to be at the forward position, where all 3 of them can't really play at the same time.
Exactly. So it'll be very interesting to see, but a lot of good basketball on deck here, so please stay with us throughout the course of this season.
And Baruch up now 31 with 1:22 remaining. Errant pass there by the Panthers, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. But credit to the Bearcats where credit's due. They were down early. They probably weren't playing the game that they wanted. A couple timely timeouts by Coach Kocherzos, and the rest has kind of been just the ladies playing their playing well and making plays and really to your point, getting the shots they wanted, not settling, and really turning the switch here in the last 2.5, 3 quarters. And now Michi straightaway 3. Shot no good. Deep rebound. No one's there for it. And it'll be Rodriguez to push. Wild shot, but they're going to call a foul on Michi. Almost a bailout foul.
Under a minute left to go here in the contest.
And you played ball here, baseball here.
Yeah.
As a team, as a player on the team, less so the coaching side of things. Mm-hmm. If you win a game like this and you're on a roll, maybe 4 or 5-0 as the women's Bearcats are about to be, like 4 days off seems like an eternity, no?
Oh, it definitely does. You just want to get right back out there, because when you have that momentum on your side, it's hard to describe, but everything's just going right, David. So Yeah, you're right. 4 days might seem like an eternity for these Bearcats. So hopefully a few days of rest and a few days of good quality practices will keep them in it. Maybe a little scrimmage.
Some class in between. And
and we'll be right back in action here on Saturday.
So do you think it maybe helps even with for the layoff? You think it helps Cobleskill in any way, or you think at this point Baruch's kind of feeling comfortable, they know their roles, and they're feeling themselves a bit?
Yeah, I'd say Baruch's pretty comfortable in their approach, and it is also a home game, so Cobleskill is going to have to travel a little bit to get down here, and that might play a little bit into it as well. So hopefully both sides come in 100% ready to go, and we'll have another good ball game here set on Saturday.
LeBron shot no good, as it was Izuka fighting for the rebound. Izuka, excuse me.
And Francis Snyder will run down the clock here.
So that's going to do it here. And Baruch is going to stay undefeated and move to 4-0. Michi has it up top. 5 seconds left here at the Arc Arena. And there it is, your final score here. Baruch 77, SUNY Purchase 46. And you know, we kind of mentioned it. We had a few minutes to really discuss this team.
Yeah.
But an impressive women's team here at Baruch College for the 1920 season. And they've raised the expectations on themselves. You know, they're going to continue to win, continue to play well. More and more is going to be expected out of this team. And we might not even seen the best of everybody tonight, as it really took a while for Nia Dawson to get going. Spy was really leading the team, and then Snyder and Zerpolo and Dawson really came through in the second, third, and fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. They really found their stride going into half there, David, and they really didn't let their foot off the gas either. So a lot of quality basketball out of the girls here tonight, and they'll hope to continue to do so on Saturday and as the season continues.
Yep, so SUNY Cobleskill on Saturday, but it was SUNY Purchase tonight, and it was a blowout here at the Arc Arena. Your final score, once again, is 77-46. Baruch wins. This broadcast has been in conjunction with the Baruch Athletic Department and Cuniac Sports. For Brian Flannery, I'm David Just. You've been watching Baruch College Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. Have a great night, everybody.